Hello friends, my name is Shivam from DevOps Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials on any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@DevOpsSchool.com.
What is AdHoc command and how to use this AdHoc command. So this we have learned. Okay, that is fine. The next thing is first of all understanding what is the Ansible inventory. So I was mentioning that I am using all in front of that. So let's go ahead and discuss how actually this Ansible file has multiple functions. It is we are just studying IP addresses, but it has got multiple features that you can use. So first of all, there are two types of inventory file. So first is static inventory file and second is dynamic inventory file. So what is the difference between static inventory file and dynamic inventory file? So as its name indicates, the static means it will be fixed. So how the fixed? So let's say in your environment, if you know that your servers or the task that you are going to perform is a static server, that means mm, the server list or the host list won't change, and that is like fixed. So let's say you have a data center, and on that data center you have 500 servers, and all those 500 server are like that it will have this IP address and all. But in case of EC2 instances, you will be knowing that when it restart, it will get some new IP address. So what will happen? In your inventory file, you are just mentioning the IP addresses. So in that case, the Ansible master won't be able to reach your client servers because the IP address has been changed. So in that scenario, you have to use the dynamic inventory. So static inventory means nothing but wherein the IP addresses will be fixed and you know your infrastructure. In that scenario, you will be using the static inventory. But in case of cloud environment where every day new server will be built and there will be lots of new server, those are created. So you don't need to update your inventory manually. So it will by default go ahead and check with the cloud, like the AWS cloud, and it will run your Ansible playbooks on those servers which you are targeting. Okay, so let's just go ahead and discuss the static inventory, because only difference between static inventory and a dynamic inventory is the way that they are fetched. Otherwise, most of the time it will be fixed. So as I had mentioned, the default file is etc Ansible host. The default file is etc Ansible host. Now in this particular file, your host list you can add up, or you can create your own Ansible host file. Okay, you can create your own inventory file. Now let me discuss something very important here. So what is host and group inside your inventory file? So as I had mentioned, let me just go ahead on my master. Okay, so this is slave 2. Yeah, this is my master. So let me just clean my screen. So what I had mentioned, when I write the inventory file, okay, so here I have just wrote the IP addresses of my client machine. But let's say in your environment, some are web servers, some are DB servers, and in that way you want to segregate the server so that the HTTP package should be installed only on web server. DB server doesn't have to, like, it doesn't DB server doesn't care about your HTTP package. It requires MySQL package. It doesn't require HTTP package. So in that way, how would you group your servers so that some server will behave as a web server? So some packages you will install on web server only, and some you will install on your DB server. Okay. So you can create groups inside your inventory. Okay. So this is the first feature that I am discussing. What is the host and group? So let me see. So how to define a group? You can give a bracket, and inside a bracket you can mention that these are my web servers. So there are n number of web server you can then mention. You can say these are my DB server. So inside DB server you can mention lots of. So I just have two servers. So for one I am considering web server and one I am considering as a DB server. Now there is one more thing you can do. Let's say if I have segregated these servers in two groups. One is web server and one is DB server. Now let's say there will be some packages those needs to be installed on both the servers. So for example, the NTP service. So that needs to be run on DB server as well as web server. So how would I give that thing? Okay, so I can define one group as an app, and inside app I can say web server, and I can say DB server. So here clearly the web server and DB server are a part of app group. So if whenever I specify app as a group, it will that particular task will be performed on both the servers, like web servers also as well as your DB servers. So this is like your host group, and this is like a parent group. So what is a parent group? Parent group which has the basic child group. So here web server will be called as a child of your app group, and DB server will be also called as a child of your app group. So this is how you can define your inventory file. Okay. So this is how you can define the groups. Now how it will work? How it will work? So let me just show you that how it will work. Okay. So like what I have created, simply I have just created a groups, nothing else. So as per my requirement, I have created some groups, nothing else I have done. So similarly, you can create some web server, you can create some DB server, and some servers you can put without groups also. So this thing is called as ungrouped. So that means there can be some servers under ungrouped section, there can be some server in the web servers, there can be some servers inside the DB servers. Okay. So let's go ahead and understand. Now let's say, so we'll discuss this thing. First of all, let's perform something here. Okay, let's perform something here. So let me just list my inventory.
Hey viewers, our Master in DevOps engineering program can help you to hone the skills necessary to succeed in high-level DevOps positions. So what are you waiting for? Enroll now and earn certification that show you are keeping pace with today's technical roles and requirements. Contact info is mentioned in the video sidebars and in the description box. Book your seats for the upcoming batches now.
Okay, so this is very straightforward command. How to check how many servers are in your node? Okay, how many servers are in your inventory file? So let me go ahead on my master node because I have created file on my master node. So this is slave 2, this is my master. Let me just see what is inventory and cat inventory. Yeah, so I have created this group in front of you only. I created. So just go ahead and run this command, Ansible inventory. Okay, Ansible inventory -i inventory. So I am providing my inventory file. Now I can say list -, list. So what this will do, now you will be able to see once I am running this command, it is showing me something like this. So when I am specifying all, so I was specifying all in my previous example. When I was running ad hoc command, I was specifying all. So what does mean by all? So all means it will have some childrens, and all means the main group. Okay, and in main group it has some children. So what are the children? App is a children of all, DB server is a children of all, ungrouped is a children of all, and web server is a children of all. After that, inside all, there is one more group called as app. Now this app is parent for your DB server and your web server. Now you will be able to see there is this DB server, and DB server we have some IP address host, and web server we have some host. Okay, that is fine. But this particular output is a kind of JSON format, and I am not feeling it as a human readable format. Okay, so for that, if you want to get your inventory as a human readable format, you simply have this particular command which says graph. Okay, so you have to just simply replace your list with your graph. Okay, so let me just replace with your graph. So this is just I am checking how my inventory file will look like. When I say, now you will see, this is very sophisticated way to check your inventory. Now I have all section. Now inside all, there are app server, DB server, as well as ungrouped, as well as web server. Now inside app, I have defined two hosts, DB server, web server. Inside DB server, there is only one host, which is 18.220. This one. ungrouped, I don't have specified anything in so that's why ungrouped is not showing anything. In web server, I have this thing. So let me just specify ungrouped server also, just for sake of this example. Let me just say O, and let me just mention some server here. Let me say ungroup.example.com. Let's say this is your IP address for your or name for your host. So now when I say the same command, you will be able to see that in ungroup section also one node is added. So that means when one machine is not a part of any of your group, it will be listed inside ungrouped, and it is part of your all. Okay. So whenever I was saying all, so all the ungrouped is a part of all, right? So that's why it was performing on all the nodes. Okay. So this is the basic thing that you can do inside your inventory file. So there are lots of things you can do. Now how to implement? Okay, I have created the groups, but how to implement this thing? Okay, so if I can check this particular inventory file at inventory, we'll be able to see that there are groups. App group is there, web server is there, DB server is there. Now how to perform the ad hoc commands on that particular? So how to perform ad hoc command I have mentioned. Ansible -i, then you have to provide your inventory, right? After that you have to provide some module. So after inventory, now this time I don't want to go on other server, I just want to perform this on only web server. So you can mention just perform this task on web server, just give -module ping. Now you will be able to see that this particular server is unreachable, that is fine, but you will be able to see that this will be performed only on your web server. Okay, web server, let me just go. If I say all here, it performs on all the nodes. Okay, and if I say, let me just check my inventory file one more time. Inventory and web server, I do have this particular thing. Let me just say Ansible -i inventory. Inside that, where I want to perform, I want to just perform on web server group, and inside web server group, what I have to perform, I have to just perform ping. Found both group and host with the same name, DB server and web server. Okay, so we have created this app group. So let me just for sake of this demonstration, let me just do one thing here. Let me just go ahead and edit this inventory file, and for now let's just forget this particular thing. Okay, let me just forget this particular thing, and let me rerun the command. Okay, let me rerun the command. All right, so now let's assume you only have the web server. So now you see, when I'm mentioning this web server, it is just performing this particular operation on only one server. It is not providing on other server. Now when I want to perform this on DB server, you just give here DB server. Okay, you just give here DB server, and you will be able to see that it is performing only on one server. Okay, so this is how you have to use this particular thing here. Okay, you have to use this particular thing here. So while we mention the group, there is a parameter which we called as a, so something like this you have to mention app children, then only it will work for your other thing. Like why it was not working here, let me just inventory, and here when I'm specifying this particular app group, okay, so I have to just mention here. So there is this format actually, I have to just mention these are the children. So what you can say colon kid. Okay, so this is how you have to mention. This is a standard format to mention your particular DB server. Okay, so let's say children. Okay, children.
Hey viewers, trying to get into DevSecOps? Enroll for our DevSecOps certified professional programs and earn the certification that shows you are fit for these technical roles and requirements. Contact info is mentioned in the video sidebars and in the description box. Book your seats for the upcoming batches now.
And let's save it. Okay. Now, when I'm trying to run this command, okay, now you see it is working perfectly fine. It is working perfectly fine. That it is going on only one server. Let me show you it is going on DB server. Now let's say I want to perform on both the nodes, but I don't want to perform this particular thing on ungrouped nodes, right? I have how many sections do I have in my inventory file? In my inventory file, there is one server ungrouped, one is DB web server, one is DB server, and let's say I want to perform in this app. Okay, I want to perform this on this app. That means this particular command will be performed only on DB server and web server, but not on ungrouped node. Okay, so this is how you have to mention. So you see, when I mention app, it automatically fetched what is inside you, what is your first node, what is your second node, and this is how you can create the groups inside your inventory file. So this is the basic stuff that we have learned here about the static inventory thing. Okay. So let me just so whatever I have demonstrated, let me just quickly show you. So we have seen how we can mention the groups. So this is how you can mention the group, like web server you can have multiple server, DB server you can have multiple server. Then there is a lots of customization. So let's say you have servers. So in production environment, mostly the names are like in a format where it will repeat. Okay, so how it will repeat? Let's say in your environment you have servers like www.1.example.com, 2.example.com, 3.example.com, like that 50.example.com. So let's say if you have 51 servers or 50 servers from 1 to 50, so you will not write every servers here. This inventory file and Ansible has the ability to use this particular format or to extract the value out of this. So when I am specifying 1 to 50, that means, let me show you this as an example. Okay, let me show you this as an example. So let me I'll just close this slave. I don't need it right away. So yeah, I'm now on my master node. So let me show you how that thing will work. Okay, so let me just open my inventory file, and inside my inventory file in web server, let me add that particular thing. So I'm just adding this kind of thing. Okay, and now let's fire the same command that we have run, Ansible -inventory -I. What is my inventory? This is my inventory. What I want a graph. So that's why I'm specifying the graph. Now you will be able to see I did not specify these things, right? I did not specify anything like that, right? So it has that ability to extract the values out of it. So that means whenever there is a something like that, you can definitely make use of it. If you're in your environment, if you have created something like that, you can make use of it. So similarly, it works for your alphabets also. So let's say like in some environments, they might be using some alphabets, right? So let me just say if I'm using some A to Z, okay, A to Z, if I'm saying like that, and I'm saving this particular thing, if I fire the same command now, you'll be able to see it has extracted wwa.example.com, b.example. So like that, you can make use of this particular Ansible file, and you can save your work there. Okay, you can save and it will extract by itself. Other than that, you can also define some parameters. So let's say how should the connection should be, so SSH, and which should be the user. So in this case, some particular user you can give. So in our case, we can give EC2 -user. So you can specify your so parameters like this. So you can give parameters like this, and those parameters will be implemented. So when I'm saying this is my inventory file, inside my inventory file, let me delete this one. So let's say I want to give some environment variable, like let's say just use Ansible user as EC2 -user. So like that you can specify in front of your host only. So it will use that particular EC2 user for as an Ansible user. So this is one feature, like these are like features that it can provide. and then there are like you can define as per your host. Okay, now we'll be seeing more the variables in the upcoming section. So we have a dedicated section which is saying working with Ansible variable. So we'll be able to see there, and we'll also perform the demo there. So no issues with that. So I just wanted to let you understand how to write the inventory file, and how you can make groups inside your inventory file, and how you can make use of that inventory file and groups to perform some specific tasks on the specific groups. All right. So once this has been done, so we'll move ahead. So we have successfully learned how to write a Ansible inventory. We have learned like how we can create groups, how we can create the parent group, how the childrens are there, how to check the inventory file, and how to perform some task on those particular inventory. So we have seen this thing like how to create. So for example, just let me tell you one more example so that it will be more clear for you. So I have created groups based on the regions. So first is Atlanta region. There are 2 hosts in Atlanta region. Second is Relay region. Inside that there are 2 hosts. Third is the Southeast region.
Hey viewers, are you looking for formal training on SRE practices? Take our SRE program. This course will teach you how to successfully implement site reliability engineering in the modern day 24/7 services. Kickstart your SRE training today. Contact info is mentioned in the video sidebars and in the description box. Book your seats for the upcoming batches now.
So inside Southeast, Atlanta and Relay are the children of Southeast. So whenever, let's say, when I want to perform something on Southeast, so all those Atlanta and Relay will be covered there. Now you will be able to see. So this variable section will be seeing in later stages. So this USA colon children. So that means in USA there is Southeast, Northeast, Southwest. So you can define as per your convenience, like as per your environment, your region. You can define that thing. So this is the use of your children and your host and your groups. Okay. So yeah, that's all about the basic stuff, like how to write your inventory file and how we are going to use that inventory file, that we'll be able to see. So let's go ahead and cover this Ansible variables first. Okay, so let's go ahead. So we have create. So before moving ahead, let me create working with some popular modules with the Ansible. Okay, so we have learned the Ansible command. We have learned to use the Ansible command. Okay, let me close this Slave to connection. I don't require it. So let me just log in into my master, and I'm inside my master. If I cat this inventory file, let me just remove this ungroup user because I will be performing some demo, and that ungroup will show some error because it is not there, like the DNS resolution is not there. So let me just remove it here. All right. So let us go through some basic ad hoc commands, like what are the modules. So by using ad hoc commands, will be so that you will understand what types of modules are there and how you can make use of your ad hoc commands to use that particular modules. Okay, so first thing, what we'll do, so we'll be discussing some famous or popular modules here. So first is ping module, then there is a setup module, then there is a yum module, service module, copy module, and file module. So these are like majorly will be using while you do some stuff in Ansible. So let us go step by step. So first thing, we have discussed ping already. So how to use that ping? So it is very straightforward. Ansible hyphen I inventory. After that hyphen m module ping. So this is how you can simply use the inventory, and you have to specify the pattern. Okay, we forget to mention the pattern. So what is the pattern? Pattern means on which server you want to run. So I'm just specifying all. So it will be run on all the nodes. So yeah, that is giving you some success output. That is giving you. So this we have already seen. Now let's go ahead and learn what this setup module is all about. So this setup module is nothing but, so sometimes what happens, you have to perform some task on a node based on that node's configuration. I mean, let's assume one node has a 4 interfaces. and you want IP addresses of all those 4 interfaces. So how you will get it? So there is a built-in module for inside your Ansible -I again inventory file, and that module is called a setup module. This setup module will grab all the information for you. So this time I will be performing this on only web server. Okay, I just want to see on only one server. So when I run this command setup, you will be able to see that it has given me lots of information. Okay, it has given me lots of information. Now what that particular information looks like? So it has given me all the IP addresses. So it has currently IPv4 this current IP address is there. So it has given me all the IP addresses. It has given me IP6 addresses. After that, it has given me architecture also, like it is x86 machine. Okay, and what is the boot image? So it is using VM Linux. Okay, after that, what is the date and time, particular date and time there? Then default IP addresses, network interfaces, what are the devices? So all the information for a particular node you can extract using just this simple module. That module is named as setup. So that this particular module is already available inside your node. Like you have installed a package, and this particular module is available inside your node. Now you will be able to see it has lots of information. So when you have some specific task, like to get the IP addresses or perform some task on your node based on the information, so you can extract those information using this particular setup module. Okay, so setup module is used to extract the so ping module. Why it is used? To check the connectivity. After that, setup. So what is this particular setup module will do? This setup module is used to collect the information from clients or slaves, and it is very detailed. And what kind of information? Like IP addresses, IPs, and then server interfaces, and then lots of information like storage devices also it takes, and then yeah, network and also, yeah, we have seen that thing. After that, we have already seen the yum module. So we had installed this httpd package. So earlier we had installed this particular httpd package. So now let's go ahead and let's uninstall that package. Okay, let's uninstall that package. So it is pretty straightforward. You can so see what I am doing. I am just running Ansible binary I have to use. Now inside Ansible binary, I am specifying my inventory. My inventory is -I inventory. Then I am specifying perform this on all the nodes on my inventory. What you have to perform, you have to use the yum module, and here we had installed state equal to present, right? So just you have to say state equal to absent. If I say state equal to absent and -- equal to become, if you run this command, it will uninstall the package for you. Okay, so yum module can be used to install the package, to remove the package. Okay, so you will see something like this changed. Okay, and I had mentioned whenever there is a yellow color, that means something has changed. So what it has done, it has removed the packages. Okay, it has removed the httpd package on both the servers. Okay, so this is how you can use the Ansible yum module to install and remove the packages. So why this particular yum is used? So to manage the packages, how to manage means install or remove the packages. Remove the packages. Okay, or to manage the packages. Okay, so you can use any module. Like I am using yum module because I am using Linux distribution. But if you go and check here, let me show you. If you go and check the documentation, the documentation is very rich. Here you will be able to see that module index. You will be able to see that, like for packaging modules for each operating system, there are lots of like you must be knowing that for APT it will be the APT, like APT package or something like that. So you need to use -m APT. So APT is nothing but your module name here. So just like I am using yum, you can use APT also, but APT will be used for your Ubuntu. Okay. So similarly, there are lots of package managers that you can use. So it all depends on your OS, like which OS you are using, and then language also. Like for Python, pip is there, and then Maven artifacts or like so all those things you can do. And there are lots of modules that are already there. So when we install the package, those all things are actually installed inside your machine. So if I want to, yeah, so if I want to show you where it is mentioned, so I can say what is the name. The name is ping.py, or let's say yum.py. Okay. Okay. Let me run this command using root user. So let me find /name, and what is should be the name. Let me say, let us find yum.py. Okay, so you'll be able to see inside USR, lib, Python, side packages, Ansible modules. So inside this file is present there. Okay, so when you install that particular Ansible package, this all things were installed. Okay.
Thanks for watching. Want to study further? Join our training programs today.